Welcome back to Financial Level, the podcast where we break down the biggest financial shifts happening right now. Today's episode might just change how you think about money forever. We're asking a big question: are physical cash and traditional banking on their way out? With governments rolling out central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, cryptocurrencies still making waves, and financial systems shifting like never before, what does this mean for your money? Joining me today is my co-host, Michael. Michael, how do you feel about a world without physical cash?
Honestly, John, I can't imagine a world where I can't just pull out some bills from my wallet to buy something. But with all these digital payments, crypto, and now government-backed digital currencies, are we really heading toward a cashless society?
That's exactly what we're diving into. Is it financial innovation or control? Opportunity or risk? Stick around because we're exposing the truth about the future of money.
Let's start with the big one. Is cash really dying? We've heard this for years, but I still see people using it every day.
Great question. The truth is, cash is disappearing much faster than people realize. Let me hit you with some numbers. In Sweden, only 8% of transactions are done in cash. China is leading the way. Many cities barely use cash at all. Even in the US, cash use has dropped by over 50% in the last decade. Now, is it completely dead? No. But we're shifting toward a digital-first economy, and that's where things get interesting.
But hold on, why is this happening so fast? Who benefits from a cashless world?
Two main forces: banks and governments. Banks want fewer costs from handling cash. ATMs, armored trucks. It's expensive. Governments want better tracking. With digital currencies, they can monitor every transaction in real time.
Wait, so this isn't just about convenience, it's also about control?
Bingo. And that leads us to...
All right, John, let's talk about CBDCs. Everyone's saying these will replace cash. But what exactly are they?
CBDCs are government-issued digital currencies like the digital version of the dollar, euro, or yuan. But here's the catch: they're completely programmable. This means central banks can track every single transaction in real time, restrict how, where, or when you can spend money, even implement negative interest rates, forcing you to spend instead of save.
Hold on, you're telling me that with a CBDC, the government could stop me from spending money on certain things?
Exactly. Think about it. What if they decide that for environmental reasons you can't buy more than 5 gallons of gas per week? Or what if they automatically deduct taxes every time you make a transaction?
That's insane. But how far are we from this reality?
It's happening right now. China already launched the digital yuan. The EU and US are in advanced testing phases. Over 130 countries are working on their own versions. This isn't sci-fi, it's the next phase of money.
Wow. So does that mean crypto is dead? If governments control money, do we even need Bitcoin anymore?
That's a great question, and the answer is more complicated than just yes or no. Let's break it down. There are two competing visions of digital money. 1. CBDCs, fully centralized, controlled by governments and banks. 2. Cryptocurrencies, decentralized, controlled by no one, accessible to anyone. CBDCs are being designed to replace cash. But crypto wasn't created to replace cash, it was created to replace the banking system itself.
All right, John, let's get real here. With CBDCs becoming a reality, what happens to crypto? I mean, governments have been trying to regulate or even ban Bitcoin for years. Is this the final nail in the coffin?
Exactly. Bitcoin was literally designed to be outside government control. It's decentralized, meaning no single entity can freeze your account, block a transaction, or inflate the supply. That's why governments are nervous.
So, is it a battle between government control and financial freedom?
They can try, but banning Bitcoin is like trying to ban the internet. It's decentralized. Even if one country bans it, others won't. And history shows that banning something doesn't make it go away, it just pushes it underground. For example, China banned Bitcoin mining, but miners just moved to Kazakhstan, the US, and other countries. India tried banning crypto, but had to backtrack because people kept using it anyway. Nigeria restricted crypto transactions, and now Bitcoin is trading at a premium because people want it even more.
But doesn't that mean they'll just ban crypto altogether? If CBDCs become the standard, can't they make Bitcoin illegal?
That's their play. Instead of outright bans, governments are trying to regulate crypto into submission. Here's how. requiring KYC, know your customer rules to track every crypto transaction, taxing crypto gains aggressively to make it harder for people to profit, forcing exchanges to follow strict banking rules, limiting who can trade.
Okay, so if crypto can't be banned completely, what about regulation? Can they just strangle it with rules? Sounds like they're doing everything they can to control it. But let's flip the script. What if crypto wins? What does that world look like?
If Bitcoin and decentralized finance, DeFi, take over, the world looks completely different. Imagine this. 1.no banks needed. You hold your money in a digital wallet, no middleman required. 2. Borderless transactions. Sending money internationally takes seconds with no fees. 3. No inflation. Unlike government money, Bitcoin has a fixed supply, no one can print more. 4. Financial freedom. Your money is truly yours, no freezing, no restrictions.
That sounds amazing, but also terrifying for governments. They need control over money to maintain power. Wouldn't they fight back hard?
Oh, they already are. That's why we see so many new regulations, banking restrictions, and even lawsuits against crypto companies.
So, what's the next move for regular people? Should they start putting all their money into Bitcoin?
This is the most important part. How do you prepare for this financial revolution? Because whether we like it or not, digital money is coming. Here's what you can do. 1. Diversify your money. Don't keep everything in one place. Hold some cash, some crypto, and some assets like gold or real estate. 2. Use crypto smartly. Learn how to use cold wallets like Ledger or Trezor so you're not dependent on banks or exchanges. 3. Stay informed on CBDCs. Pay attention to new laws. If your country is rolling out a CBDC, understand the risks before jumping in. 4. Explore alternative financial systems. Look into DeFi, decentralized finance, platforms where you can earn interest without banks. 5. Think long-term. This is not just a short-term trend, this is a shift in the way money works. If you understand it now, you'll be ahead of 90% of people.
Wow, that's a lot to think about. So, basically, the future of money is still being decided?
Exactly. It's a battle between control versus freedom, regulation versus decentralization. And the decisions we make today will shape the financial system of the next 50 years.
So, if people take just one thing away from this podcast, what should it be?
Understand that money is changing. Don't get left behind. Educate yourself, protect your wealth, and be ready for whatever comes next.
That was an insane discussion. If you found this valuable, share this episode with someone who needs to hear it.
And don't forget to subscribe because next time, we're talking about the next biggest financial risk that no one sees coming.